Hey guys, welcome back to the Cult Classic Kid Show, and today we're talking about the very lazy $50 Red Dead Redemption port because, well, Take-Two has heard us gamers very boldly say no to this absolute nonsense, and their CEO apparently has something to say about it, and in return, I believe it is deserving of a very much just as bold response because, well, Red Dead Redemption is getting a very basic port to the Nintendo Switch as well as the PS4. And yeah, I had a lot of things to say. It doesn't really add much. And it is a $50 lazy port. So yeah, naturally a lot of us said, what is this nonsense? And this is coming from me, someone that would have been extremely excited to play a damn decent remaster of Red Dead Redemption that had, would have things to offer and also would be available on PC, which it isn't yet. This could change. They could end up announcing this lazy port for PC as well, where at least modders can, do the things that Take-Two apparently can't or unwilling to do. But yes, let's get into this article because Take-Two CEO says $50 for Red Dead Redemption on Switch and PS4 is commercially accurate. The ports were announced earlier this week, and yeah, we're gonna go through some games that are either about the same or less that actually do more or have more to offer. But yes, let's get into this article. Take-Two Interactive CEO and chairman Zelnick has defended the price of the upcoming Switch and PlayStation 4 ports of Red Dead Redemption. Take-Two publisher Rockstar Games announced on Monday that Red Dead Redemption will be coming to the Switch and PS4 on August 17th with a physical release to follow on October 13th. It was also announced that the game would cost $50 and will also include the Undead Nightmare DLC. And I feel like, oh, just because we're throwing in the DLC, that makes it worth $50. No. IGN asked Zelnick why the game was given that price point, especially considering that it's already available on Xbox via backwards compatibility for $30, with the Undead Nightmare available for $10. And he goes on to say, that's just what we believe is the commercially accurate price for it, Zelnick replied. And really, at least from what we know thus far, this this port that they're releasing on the Switch and the PS4 doesn't really have much anything extra to offer that the Xbox version that is available via backwards compatibility doesn't already offer, funny enough. So it's kind of interesting that he actually goes on to defend this, even though, yeah, this is a very lazily done port. It doesn't even offer the Red Dead Online because obviously I'm sure they don't want to take away from their continuing GTA 5 online, and they obviously don't want to take away from the upcoming GTA 6 as well in the future. So yeah, they just rip out content and sell game for, ridiculous amount of money. They say after Take-Two EVP of Finance, Hannah Sage, pointed out that the Switch and PS4 version also include Undead Nightmare. Zelnick added that Undead Nightmare was a great standalone game in its own right when it was originally released. Yes, and that standalone game is just simply $10. So we feel like it's a great bundle for the first time, and certainly a great value for consumers. And us consumers very boldly say, no, it's really not. There's nothing here that makes me want to go out and buy this. I don't care if it's on the Switch. Quite frankly, it's going to be likely a miserable experience on the Switch. And really, what no one's talking about with this port is I have to question how much of this port is actually going to be censored. Because, well, Take-Two, when it comes to GTA games, is censorship isn't new to them. They have no problem absolutely removing things from the game and not directly having a direct representation of the way the game was originally portrayed. They have made plenty of censorship choices to the game, so it could go down that route too, where the game is, this port, this lazy port, is even an even lesser version of the original content. But I do want to get into some other collections, and I'm going to specifically bring up, at least right now, Nintendo's site, because, well, let's look at some collections that actually have decent value for their price point. And we could start off right here with the BioShock collection, which is, a remaster, I guess, of three three BioShock games for the same price as this Red Dead Redemption port. So I mean that's the same price, but you get three different games. And I guess some people will say, well, maybe you get more hours out of Red Dead. To be honest, I don't know. I haven't counted hours, but I will say that Undead Nightmare is a damn good DLC. But I mean, if you're gonna count hours, are we talking about content or are we talking about video games? These are three video games, relatively well received for the same price on Nintendo Switch, and then the same here, except even cheaper. We have the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, and this is a very, very well done remake of the original three Crash games, and that is at the $40 price tag on the Switch. Like I said, very well done. Graphics completely done and new. The games play pretty much exactly the same as the original three Crash games. Really, really awesome set of games for three for the price of $40 as opposed to $50. And then we might as well get into the Spyro Reignited trilogy because same situation. Games, first three games completely remade from the ground up at the price of $40. Really great value here for three games, three amazing experiences that are beloved, just like the Crash Bandicoot games, done completely anew to have this vibrant, beautiful art style that really brings these games up to date, and fans of the original games really, really do enjoy it because it's as close to the original games as possible. And then, you know, a company that I do constantly have issue with really is Nintendo because they are definitely some scumlords when it comes to their pricing particularly. And even Nintendo didn't have the balls to make Metroid Prime Remastered $50. And it, from what I've heard from people that have played this game, that they did a lot to get this game up to modern standard. A lot of new changes, a lot of very recognizable changes that really bring this game up to modern standard. And Nintendo didn't even have the balls to charge $50 for the Metroid Prime remaster, and everyone that I've heard that has played this absolutely loves this version of Metroid Prime. And then let's get into another trilogy that yes is $60, but like I said, it is a trilogy, and that is the Mafia trilogy. And Mafia trilogy is a $60 bundle, but it includes Mafia 2 Definitive Edition, which is the most beloved by Mafia fans like myself. Mafia 3 Definitive Edition, these are the definitive editions of all three of these games. And Mafia Remake, Mafia Definitive Edition right here is a complete remake of the original Mafia. And it doesn't have content that's torn out of it like this Red Dead lazy port does. They offer all three of these games, tons of content, brand new remade game included from the ground up, being the OG Mafia game remade, all for the price of $60. You at least get your money's worth here and a brand new shiny experience with Mafia. But yeah, let's get into, Red Dead itself because yes, Red Dead on the Xbox store is at the $30 price tag, and then you have Undead Nightmare, which is at the $10 price tag. This is still, while I got the collection, the Red Dead collection, a physical copy for far less than this, if I remember correctly. I think it was like $20, give or take, but I ordered it on, I don't even remember where, probably on Amazon or something, and I got it for very reasonable price because I would not have paid $40 for it. Let's be real now. Especially at the time I had bought it, I actually had to rebuy the game because I didn't have my original 360 copy. But I digress, man. This is a very, very overpriced port. There just isn't enough here that's presented to justify Red Dead Redemption being being at this price point. I don't really see anything that necessarily makes this look like a must-have. Now, to me, if you would have did, a really good job of shining this game up, getting it to run at 60, oh my god, if I could play the online Undead Nightmare obviously being there, all like everything about it, just the trimmings, man, just made to be up to modern standard. If this version of Red Dead Redemption looked reasonably better or played reasonably better than the Xbox version via back compat, then I would pay $60 for it. Okay, that to me is an experience that, to me, if you had the online on there, all these nice things, I wouldn't mind spending that price point on a game that's really absolutely lovely and well crafted by the team that would have taken it on and given it a proper remaster. But this is not a remaster. This is a very simplified port. I've shown you remakes of games that you get in a bundle that are less money and have far more to offer and are given an amazing facelift. There's no facelift here. This is just a direct port, and I actually think that $50 is an acceptable price point. And to me, it's not about the money. It's about what you've presented to me. And what you presented to me is nothing really substantially different from what is already available via Xbox. And I understand some people don't have an Xbox, and I get that. And but you're still getting ripped off nonetheless. You're still being treated like you are a pay pig. And that's my biggest problem, in terms of people that decide to just, well, F it, or you should just accept it for what it is. No, I refuse to accept it for what it is. If you buy this, I'm not here to tell you what to buy and what to not buy, but don't sit here and say that I should just accept it for what it is, or that I'm wrong, because I'm clearly not. And the CEO of Take-Two is an absolute joke. Obviously, he's just saying what he's saying because at the end of the day, they're going to stand on their, they're going to stand their ground. And you could do that, but we've spoken, and I'm standing my ground in saying that this is not worth it. There's nothing really new here. There's no facelift, there's no remaster, there's nothing here. I was hoping for at the very least, a damn decent remaster, but unfortunately we don't have that. And like I said, the thing that hurts me the most really here is what could have been. We could have had a damn good remaster that I would have bought day one, no problem. But we don't get that. We just get trash. We get trash thrown at us, and you're expected to be a pay pig. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about what the the CEO of Take-Two has said, and make no mistake about it. I know maybe I was throwing a little bit of shade at Rockstar, and I understand that they're just developers. At the end of the day, it's really Take-Two that is the mastermind piece of shit company that's really doing this more than anything else, and they need to be called out on it. This is completely unacceptable. And I've seen some nonsense on Twitter where, I don't know who it was, but they were literally saying, well, given that Red Dead is coming out at this certain price point, were we too hard on the Last of Us remake? No, you moron. No, not at all. But I guess we'll talk more about it this Thursday. If you can, guys, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me over on Twitter or Kick if you'd like to continue the conversation. And guys, with all that being said, I'm out. Peace.